And Longwell, number 3, we have to acknowledge the start of the 2025 USL Championship season. I'm wearing my Sacramento Republic shirt. One of them. Actually got a couple of them. Sacramento's where I was born. Didn't spend much time there. I was only there for a couple of months before my dad moved on when he was in the U.S. Air Force. But I do have some pride for Sacramento, and obviously in the USL Championship, Sacramento is a notable team. They got a win this weekend. They finished 5th last year out west, so looking to get back into the mix for a championship in 2025. Getting a opening day win is always obviously a big deal. Got to get the season started off well. We had Lexington in their first game ever in the USL Championship beat Hartford Athletic. 2 goals for Lexington at home as they get a win. Hartford's still trying to figure it out. So let's not suggest that Lexington took down one of the heavy hitters in the USL Championship. That is not who Hartford Athletic is. Miami FC falling at home to Detroit City, who gets off to a good start with a 2-0 win. North Carolina and Pittsburgh play to a draw. Charleston Battery losing at home to Louisville City. I imagine Louisville City is going to be another contender again for a USL Championship. That's fun to say. A USL Championship for Louisville City potentially. Birmingham Legion falling at home to Loudoun United 3-1. San Antonio beats Monterey Bay 1-0. El Paso Locomotive and Colorado Springs. Of course, Colorado Springs, the defending champions. 2-2 in El Paso. Phoenix Rising falling at home to FC Tulsa. Could have worn that one too, but I wasn't born in Tulsa. I was born in Sacramento, hence the choice. Orange County, also got one of those. I got a shirt for Orange County. 4-2 winners over Oakland Roots, and I have an Oakland Roots shirt. I'm just going to mention all the USL Championship shirts I have. So maybe the teams that I don't have a shirt for, will ship one out to your boy, and I can rep that on the show. I mentioned that Sacramento Republic 2-1 victory over New Mexico United. Penalty from Cicerone and Jameson scoring as well for Sacramento. Hurst on the other side. New Mexico United, always interesting club to me. They've built a community. They seem to be doing something nice in New Mexico. And, of course, we've been talking a lot about the USL Championship recently because of the announcement of a potential D1 league run by the USL. We were getting into which clubs might fit the profile of a Division I club when USL gets that off the ground. If you haven't watched those videos, go back and watch them. There's one on picking the 12 teams. We talked to John Morrissey about building that league. We also went back and talked about what we might have gotten wrong when it comes to USL Division I clubs in year one. And, of course, there's also expansion. We hit all the expansion notes, or as many as we could, in a video on the USL Championship. By the way, I think I didn't mention Boise in that video, and somebody in our comments reminded me that Boise might have a project getting off the ground. If you know anything about Boise and USL, let us know. Las Vegas Lights coming off their first ever playoff appearance last year, beating the Tampa Bay Rowdies 1-0. Pinzon with the goal for Las Vegas. So the USL Championship underway. Very interesting league every year. Adding some teams is always part of the story. Again, Lexington going from League One to the championship is something to keep an eye on. I'll mention Sacramento just one more time, because what Sacramento did in the offseason was go and find a manager who has some success in this league, and Neil Collins. They brought him back from the UK after he had left Tampa to go, I believe, coach in Scotland, where he is from. 41 years old. I've had a lot of chances to talk to Neil Collins. He is a very low-key guy with a heavy Scottish accent, but he is a very, very good soccer coach. And I think this is going to bode well for Sacramento Republic out west. Again, so many games to play. It's hard to know what we can take away from any of these matches. If you have any thoughts on the USL Championship, we're always anxious to learn here on Morning Kick Around, so send us some thoughts, some messages, and hopefully in the near future we'll have some guests on to continue covering the USL Championship and everything that's going on there. All right, let's not belabor this. Again, solo Jason Davis on a Monday on Morning Kick Around. One big segment for you coming up. I saw an interesting post over on the X, and I think we need to talk about something here, which I'll get into. But let me remind you again that following the show, subscribing to the show, helps us out here on Morning Kick Around. Become an MK Ultra, and tell somebody you know. Tell a soccer friend, or share one of the episodes, share one of the videos that we have. There's a lot of choices there on Morning Kick-Around's YouTube channel. You can do that. Follow us on social media at MKickaround, X, Instagram, Blue Sky. We may be in some other places in the near future. You can always hit us up there. If you want to follow me personally on Blue Sky, it's Davis Jason. I think if you type in those names, you should be able to find me. Reach out to us on email at morningkickaround@gmail.com. Send us a message, whatever you want to talk about on Morning Kick-Around, whatever you want us to cover, any thoughts you have on the show, anything, even just a nice note that you like what we're doing is helpful. You know, sometimes we need to hear that you like what we're making. You can support us with a little bit of money at ko-fi.com/morningkickaround. You can do that as a one-time thing, or if you want to set up a recurring contribution, that would be very, very nice. So do that. Thank you very much.